What's going on, everyone? Goddrifter here, and welcome back to another Car X Drift Car X livestream. This is livestream number 45, and I was actually planning on um, so I was planning on releasing a countdown for this week. So yeah, I had to deal with that mess a little bit later, and also I apologize for not sending out the latest creative character backgrounds. The reason being, I was still I was still working on that countdown. So for sure this time I'm actually am going to what's it called? I'm indeed going to be talking about uh, uh, fictional creative character backgrounds. So what it is a full-on storytelling on, along with uh, along with the gameplay to actually show what's happening. So for the most part, and not to mention, I'm not done. Wait, uh, alright, I'm back. Um, let's see, T dot M dot. Oh, okay. Um, that's pretty unfortunate. um, alright. So usually I go to Springstone since my actual setups are, let's see, my setups for my cars are usually for Springstone. East Toge is another story because if you think about it, all those tight turns are not for my build. Like that mess. Um. All right. That's not. All right. Hmm. I think I have. Okay, so I basically need to learn how to actually use this car because if I'm not careful, then that's gonna spell disaster for everybody else. All right. Hmm. Okay. Um. All right. It's time for me to make a different. Well, I was about to actually. It's gonna be the same lobby, but it's gonna be a different map because I'm pretty sure most people are tired of Springstone, and then usually when it comes to like drifting, they go to three places, or if they want to go straight up street drifting, they either go to LA Block or Pacific Hills. But I'm usually the one that knows what someone's doing. So for the most part, uh, no one drives there anymore. Pretty sure the only time every time we actually would drift around there is if they go to the parking lot. Navarro is a good question. Like I don't know what people do in Navarro. Let's see. Pretty sure a lot of people drift these when it's like around the winter time. So there's that. A lot of people drift this track. No one drifts this track whatsoever. Um, in fact, that's how I used to actually make a lot of my money is going through San Palazzo, and that's how I also drift. And that's how I usually test out builds. Milton Drive, easily the hardest track to actually drift in. Due to the fact, look how many. There are literally no corner. Well, there are some corners, but most of those corners are either ridiculously sharp or they're really long to the point where you don't know where to drift. Common Road, everyone drifts at. LA Block, that's how car meets happen. And I put car meets on quotations because when it comes to car meets, you never know what's gonna happen. It's like, oh, cool, a car meet, and all of a sudden you just see people doing donuts around the donut shop, and then it's just up. It's like slowly you put your palm on your face, and then you go down, and then you just shake your head. It's like, why? Whose idea is this? In fact, In fact, I mean, if it's like a RP, if it's like an RP thing, you will notice like uh, right out the bat, the cops gonna be like, "Yo, man, what are you doing? Get like, what are you doing? We got complaints." And it's like, see, this is the reason why we don't do burnouts and donuts around the car meet area, because things like this usually happens. Um, Petersburg, usually when people want to go for a cruise or they're drifting a lot, they usually go here. Um, Red Ring is where drag racing happens. Same thing with Wizard Red Ring, except most of it don't go there. Red Rock. Hmm. Actually, let me change that real quick. There we go. All right. Red Rock. I know some people drift there. Excuse me. My apologies. I literally just had stew this afternoon. All right. East Toge is where the quote unquote hardcore players usually drift at. And I say hardcore players for a reason is because the moment you actually make a tiny mistake, you'll be. Some people got grilled, and it's like, guys, calm down. We're just drifting this for fun. Like, it's all right. West Coast Arena is literally if you want to do the two trophies, one of them involving the Voodoo and the other one involving the Hornet. And for those that don't know what the Voodoo or the Hornet is the Chevrolet Camaro, while the Voodoo is the 2014 SRT Viper. All train, no one just there unless it's kind of like a competition type of thing. And then Pacific Hill is literally just car meets and street drifting. That's basically about it. So yeah, let's go on to East Toge. I think I rambled long enough, so yeah, there was that. All right, let's get on with it. Who was thought I'm gonna be using the judge of all cars as a just car for today? Hmm. Okay. I probably need to get used to drifting these cars because this is like legit the first time that I ever used this car other than hide and seek. Because last time I used this car, it's really difficult due to the fact that this thing I use. The thing is, I use this car for legit anything else but drifting. Go to car shows, I use to judge. Hide and seek, I use to judge. When it comes to drifting, on the other hand, oh, and I also use this car as I also use the car as a drag racer. But of all things, I have not used this car for. I have not used this car for drifting. And to be completely honest, this thing's a good drifter. The only thing is that I have to get used to how this car works. Now, for those wondering, yes, the original car color for this car is actually like a bright blue. The reason why I painted it purple is because, well, the vinyl is purple. The only thing is, the only thing that you cannot cover on your end is literally the rope, literally the bash bars, as well as, well, the gauge, hood, and last but certainly not least, the rear bumper and the taillights. Okay. And keep in mind, I have not played this game for the past week. Now, if my skill seems legit hot garbage, please tell me that, because I really do not know how to actually. Yes, I don't know how many people actually drifted something that's um not in their not in like the mindset of a drifter. Like, who in the world thought of drifting a Chevrolet SS, the Honda Commodore in Australia, and as well as many other countries? Like, who in the world thought of drifting a Chevrolet SS is a good idea? Because literally, it is like it's actually not bad. The only thing that I need to work on is the angle. All right. Um, if you're experiencing like 10-second delays, then I sincerely apologize. All right. Okay. All right. Time me to time me to actually do what I think is necessary to do something like this. I do have two more. This is one of them. In fact, I did a couple of things before I streamed. So literally, um, Like this morning, I got up, went to make my shake, and then right after that, I ended up creating new liveries. Going to game. I was in the game for like a couple of minutes ago. You want to join? Okay. But why speaking in third person? Or hmm, is it second person or first person? Because literally, I do not know. Okay. All right. And also, if you want to join it. There's no password, there's no passcode. Just look for the name that's on the top and make sure you're in an American server. Because 9 times out of 10, the reason why people cannot join is because of the servers. Okay, there you go. My bad. Anyways, um, okay. Also, it's also unlike the Judge, the R3 is actually was a car that appeared in the channel, and it has most actually used this car. Can't find it? Great. Once again, if you're not in an American server, search the server to American and then look for the name or just type in Goddrifter247sun, so that way you can actually, you can actually, you'll be able to join. I think I went the wrong way. Yep, I definitely went the wrong way. Usually it's this. Usually when I do this track, it's usually this way. There was a Viper that joined in earlier. Hmm. Let's see. Oh, okay. So just all right. It's like wait a minute. Donald's just sitting there. I believe he's AFK. Okay. So for the most part, in order to join, just look for the name, make sure any American server, and you should be able to join in. Hmm. Huh. Can't believe I actually forgot to equip the steering wheel to the vehicle. Because right now it's running literally a stock steering wheel that has potential broken up of breaking off while having too much tension on the tension on the turning radius. Oh crap. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're Gucci. Uh oh. Alright, and what I was wondering, okay, did I copy these colors from Animal Z? Well, he does have an ER32, and that almost inspired it, but no, I do not still the design quotes on the ER32 just car. It also happens that I actually wanted to actually have some contrast with the car, so I went with a pre-designed scratch livery along with red chrome. Um, and the red wheels are from the exact same build I actually had on the 400R replica. Which for those that don't know, it's actually my recreation of the R33 400R, which had 400 horsepower and was tuned by Nismo. Hmm. Okay. Um. All right. I'm gonna change cars. Oh, actually, it's have been 30 minutes. All right, time to talk about racing cliches, and that's right. This type of thing is back, and yeah, it is still a thing. All right, so today's cliches is actually one of the most interesting takes on well well any type of vehicle these days, and that would be the hmm I don't know how to say this. Oh, actually, not. I do know what to say about this. So what we'll be talking about is um, well, the types of dealerships that you usually see are the newer dealerships. But there is one particular cliche that most people have overlooked, or actually underlooked, because this because this feature is returning in Gran Turismo 7. And for those that are wondering what I'm talking about, I am talking of course, the used car dealership. Now, you're wondering, really, dude? Used car dealerships? Was that even a thing? Well, yeah. If you, well, yeah. Many people actually wanted a used car dealership, and for good reason. And that reason is because it's kind of realistic. Other than buying a whole new car that looked like it came from factory, how about we get something that's not too unrelated to the vehicle itself by via buying a new vehicle? Yeah, buying like a new vehicle for like the fraction of the cost of a fraction of the cost of a, of the new car. So okay, for example, let's take my S13 coupe. You know, the car has been beaten to death, is a drift car of all things, and I decided to sell it to a new car dealership. And the new car dealership may not see it as what it is. And what they see something that has been modified, aftermarket of everything, mostly on. Let's see, they're not valuable in their eyes. But used car dealerships, on the other hand, it's like, oh, okay, I'll just take it off your hands. And that's when once I actually tried this S13. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, most of the time it actually kind of does happen every now and then. Then again, who am I to judge? Um, so there are some good examples of racing games that uses the at car dealership to the advantage. For example, let's see. A very good example of this is the first Tokyo Extreme Racer game I ever played when I was a kid, Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2. Now, this game has not only a new car dealership, but they have the used car dealerships, and you will know if the car has been used. In fact, uh, I'm pretty sure I remember correctly, my in-game car was the car I legit bought from I legit bought from the used car dealership. It was a R34 GTR, and I used the car in all of my races, except for the moment where I had to go to Hokkaido, and Hokkaido is literally known for rally tracks, which my Skyline is not. Yeah, my Skyline was not something to be amazed about when it comes to having a Skyline that is originally rear-wheel drive, having 1100 horse, having over 900 psi, and for those that don't know, I don't know what psi or basically PS stands for. It stand for in games like that. Oh jeez, trust me, most people will say, Oh, don't worry, it's not that bad. But trust me, you will know how bad it is. I kind of went overboard um, when it comes to cars like that. So, yeah, that was is about it. Another example would have been, my goodness, there's another game I know. It was, um, Grid. I remember. Grid uses the eBay thing in, well, 2008, which at that time was a perfect website to use for, what's it called? It was the perfect, well, I wouldn't say perfect way of buying a used car, but, yeah, it was one of those websites where you can actually buy a used car for dirt cheap. Um, yeah, it's not bad. It wasn't good either. Also, at the time, the cars apparently had more value than the one they bought new, and apparently it's because depending on how many races they won with that specific vehicle, it's not gonna like actually here's a really good example. Um, excuse me. The 787B was the vehicle I actually wanted to get my hands on for a while in Grid 2008, and that mess was literally 1.2 mil. So yeah, I went to the used car website, and turns out I ended up picking up mine for the fraction of the cost. Oh yeah, the car was 1.2 million. I ended up picking up mine for around either 900 grand or 800 grand. I can't remember. But all I know is that it was legit one of, if not the, well, one of, if not the fastest car in the, not fastest car per se, but more like it's one of the better in-game cars they can actually get. What else is there? Oh, there's also Gran Turismo 4 with the used car dealerships. It actually is not that bad. Hmm. Yeah, just wondering. Okay, so is there a difference between a new car and a used car? Well, in in Tony Senior Series, in TXR D2's case, literally the moment you notice how these cars are used, you will notice that parts on the car was still intact, and they indeed sell the car that way for the fraction of the cost. I mean, seriously, I seen Mazda 6s with wings. I saw a carbon fiber hood on a, well, not Fiat per se, but it's more like it was um, I believe it was a Volkswagen Golf R32, which at that time it was the Mark IV, and well, the Mark V wasn't. I don't think they had a Mark V in Thugs and Messages too. Um, but yeah, that mess was pretty. I wouldn't say self-explanatory, but it was really redundant. I don't know how I functioned in the first place. Yeah, it was actually a good way to actually encourage people to actually buy a used car, but usually the new cars are the ones that actually ends up getting more stuff. And I learned that mess the hard way when literally if I like I literally trying to find a new car to use because the Integra was what's it called? The Integra was alright. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad, but I needed like a new car, like badly. And I used the what's it called? Oh, I think it was a oh I now remember. I had the Galant as my next car in TXR, and yeah, it was good. Unfortunately, it had the downside of since it's a Mitsubishi, it kind of has reliability issues. For example, well, not reliability issues per se, but it's more like I don't know how to actually control the car at all. But yeah, it was a very weird car that I ended up picking up. So, so legit by the end of the like legit by oh, my mistake. By the end of oh, keep getting interrupted. Oh my goodness. As I was saying, the like when I got to the third stage, I ended up selling that mess right off the bat, and I'm like, yeah, no, forget that mess. I'm actually going for like a different vehicle. Like I need something. So I looked at the used car dealership, and I ended up buying 3 cars that day. all I know is that one of which I actually, and it resulted to 3 Nissans. Both of them are literally just the same thing. The only difference is that they have a face swap. So one of them was the 1 Via and the other one was the CL80. And then the final one was an R34 GTR that actually has, well, it came with a carbon fiber hood. And I am not kidding when I say this. This was probably one of my favorite cars to actually use in that game specifically. And the reason is this. Most people, um, when they try to look for a vehicle, they want to actually get, uh, not results per se, but it's more like they gave them a chance to actually buy a car that they would want to buy in real life. They'll probably go to the used car dealership just so they can actually buy a car right off the bat. Okay, so yeah, keep in mind I have not played this game for like literally a whole week, other than Monday. Ay, ay. Hmm. Okay, I did kind of notice. Ah, okay. I think I know what the problem is with my fitment. My wheels are not too thin. My wheels are literally too into the fender, even though it was actually supposed to be a function type build. Um, this is probably gonna be like the last vehicle I use um before I end the live stream. And the vehicle I'm going to use is, well, the Samurai 2, and it had a, what the heck happened to the? Oh my god! Once again, apparently actually well, not messed up my Okay, there we go. Like I thought, like wait, what the heck happened to my car? Apparently it keeps on. I think it's because I keep like buying different, not buying different bike kits, but Every time I equip the bike kit, it actually changes up the what's that called? It keeps on changing up multiple amount of things. So like a pretty good example is yeah, let's say a pretty good example would be the RX-7. That is because the RX-7 has a lot more bike kits than we thought. I mean, seriously, we thought the S14, the S15 had, well, bike kits beyond bike kits, but nope. That mess has to go to literally the RX-7. Hmm. Wait, no, I thought. Wait, what was I talking about again? Oh, wait. Actually, I do remember now. So literally, the so literally, there are pros and cons behind having well, a used car dealership in a racing game. So the so literally, the pros is that it's a really cheap way, not cheap way, but it's more like, oh, excuse me. Well, the pros of having a used car dealership is the fact that you can actually buy cars at a cheaper price. So let's take a Toyota. This Toyota Mark II here. Let's say that there are two variants of this car specifically. There is the one that is new, and then there's the one used. The used car may not have, may have a lot of miles on it, but there is one thing that most people don't count on, and that is the cost. Literally, you can buy this car for like literally the fraction of the cost. And let's say this car was worth like 25 to 30 grand. In the used car dealership, literally 9 to 10 grand. So yeah, it will be a lot less. There'll be literally less problems to actually deal with than, well, well, than most people. And I wish I could say the same with any other car dealership. But there are some cons. Um, and the cons is that a lot of people, like when they finish the game, they're gonna buy every single car. That includes going to the used car dealerships for cheaper cars. Oh, and don't get me started on on the two types of. Oh yeah, did I mention it? There are three ways that, well, let me just tell you that, guys, that there are three ways that the used car dealership is reset it. They either reset it when you reach the next stage, they reset per day, and or they actually reset every time you go into the used car dealership. And the thing is you don't have the money at the time, and you actually want to get this car so badly, you have to wait. You have to be very lucky to actually get a rare car in a used car dealership because you never know what's gonna happen. Um, so for you future racing developers, if you want to add used car dealerships into your racing game, please be sure to actually differentiate every single type of, make sure that you actually to actually find differences between the used car dealerships that resets every month, or every in-game day, um, every stage, and or per visit. So literally, so you wondering, is there a way to actually get rare cars in these car dealerships? Well, yes and no. The only way to actually get rare cars is you have to be very lucky just to actually find one of these cars. For example, in Toyota Stream Racer Drift 2, there are three extra cars. And yes, I say three for a reason. And those three is the Sylvady, not Sylvady, the Silly. Sorry about that. There's the Silly, the One Via, and last but certainly not least, um, yeah, the last one is a doozy. It is the Gambala 3400K. Now, you wondering, wait, a Gambala was in the game? Yes. And you're wondering, okay, which version of the game though? Well, funny you say that because it was only available in the European. Um, yeah, it was only a European exclusive. Um, yeah, it was a vehicle exclusive um, thing back in 2007. Um, and I think Japan has both. But the thing is, even though we have the Fit, in the European version, it was known as the Jazz. Yeah, different, different, different names entirely. All right. So tomorrow is indeed the Crew 2 day. Um, and not to mention, this week is finals week. So literally, all I have to do is do everything that I need to do, and I should be good for the next couple of months until I have to pick my next class. Until I need to pick my classes. So yeah, there's that. Um, my goodness. All right. Hmm. All right then. Um, oh my goodness. All right. I guess that'll be it then. I mean, it's shorter. I mean, it's shorter than any of my other streams. I don't count the one that I did in terms of like in the middle of the actual live stream of Gran Turismo Sport. Um, Anyway, that'll be it for now. Hope you guys enjoy this live stream. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next. You can follow me on Instagram at Goddrifter247sun Productions. You can follow me on Twitter at GD247S. And you can check out my Discord at Goddrifter247sun Productions Garage and Museum. And last but certainly not least, I am indeed going to be streaming the Crew 2 soon. So, yeah. Um, So for the most part, character official character backgrounds are in the works. So please be patient. I am actually legit trying my best at this point. And last but certainly not least, yeah, I think that's about it. Anyway, this is Goddrifter signing off. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh, and hope you guys have a dope Monday. This is Goddrifter signing off. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.